Hello and welcome. Well, what am I sitting here doing with all these carrots? Well, I'm going to be repurposing, doing my double duty decor, and making some really unique sea stars out of them. Starfish, if you want to call it. I saw some and I was inspired to make some like it because they were so darned expensive. I think I saw them possibly in Hobby Lobby. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting the tops off of these. These came from the Dollar Tree, and it came in a pack of like 6 little carrots. They're wrapped. They're perfect for what I'm going to use them for. And you will see in just a second, I'm going to show you my inspiration picture right about now. This is what inspired me because this was $11.99. And I was like, you have got to be kidding me. So I knew I could make them just as easily. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to glue all of my carrots into the shape of a star. Please subscribe. This is Ivycreates. I'm Deanna Carroll. Thank you so much for being here and for watching. I really do appreciate you. Leave me a comment below and tell me what you think about our project today. It's going to be a wreath all made from Dollar Tree items, and just a little bit of an upgrade on the Dollar Tree. So here I am. I'm just gluing all of these together, and it does take a little second or two for the glue to get, stable enough, and you can go back and add. Now these carrots are wrapped in jute twine, but they're painted orange, and so I intend to go ahead and paint them like the brown and the sand colors, to make it look more like the ones from the picture. I love doing my beach decor when I can, or my coastal decor. It's getting close to that time of the year, and we get excited about our beach vacations and so on, and that's it's good to go ahead and start getting ready for it. So now I'm just adding extra glue on the opposite side to make sure that the center of it is pretty filled with glue. And the next thing I'm going to do is get some more twine, and I'm going to go around in a little a circle in the center of my star, so it'll cover up the base of that, and you won't see where they're glued together. So I'm just gluing it around in a circle, and I'm going to cut it off, and now you won't be able to see underneath where it's been glued. I tried a little bit of a different technique on the second one. I actually tied a knot in the twine, and then I stuck it in the center and glued it real well, and then I went around in a circle. So just a little different, just something a little different because it had a larger hole in the middle. So next thing I'm going to do is take my Americana paints, and I'm going to just, first I keep wetting my paintbrush into the water because this twine is very dry, and it doesn't have to be super thick paint. It can be thinned down, and it doesn't matter if a little bit of orange shows through. It's not a big deal. In the end, it gives it a little bit of extra character anyways. So I am just running my watered down brown Americana paint over the top of my star. And another thing about the stars is the starfish in real life, they're not going to be perfect stars. They're going to be a little wonky. So it's quite alright if yours come out a little wonky or a little to the side or not a perfect star, because a starfish is definitely not perfect. Changes the whole character, doesn't it? So I'm just going to go on, and I wasn't going to paint the backs, but I decided since it was going on my second project, which is a little wreath, I thought I'd go ahead and paint the backs of it. And in the meantime, I had gone to Dollar General today, and I found that they had some anchors and some what do you call it, boats and sailboats and stuff on a little string for $1 a piece. And I thought, you know, these would look great with that too. If you wanted to make a long string hanger or something, these would work great for that as well. Use your imagination. I hope to have a few more videos. I've had to rearrange my whole craft room because my computer died and I'm heartbroken, and so I had to get a new computer. And in the meantime, I thought, well, I've got to do some rearranging too to make more room because my craft room is very, very small. So that is, I hope to be getting out some more good videos now that I have more of a dedicated space for filming. So you can see again, the water is dirty. It doesn't have to be pretty. It's not fresh water. It's just blue water. And it's just, I'm going over it to soften it up to where it'll accept the paint and to be a little bit thinner on our paint. So in the end of this, I did find, I thought I'd only bought 2 packs, and I knew I was wrong because all of design comes in 3s or odd numbers, or, you know, that kind of thing. You never do even numbers of the items. So I did end up making one more of our starfish out of our carrots, and I painted that one a whole lighter color so that it would stand out against the other 2. Now I am using some country summer wheat chalk country finishes, and this is just to highlight and make it a little different. Starfish come in all kinds of colors, but mine is going to be a coastal farmhouse looking, and so therefore I wanted to make it kind of the browns and the beiges and the whites that you would see typically in a coastal farmhouse. So next thing I'm using is from the Dollar Tree also. This is a bamboo wreath. They call it bamboo. It's the tiniest bamboo I've ever seen, but it's a bamboo wreath. And so what I'm going to do is take our cotton rope, that is our nautical rope from Dollar Tree also, and I'm going to wrap it around this wreath to give it a more nautical look. And this does take a little while to do it, but it's not too bad. It's not super long. And I gotta tell you, of all the things of Dollar Tree, I think I love this cotton rope the best, because quite frankly, I don't even know where else you could find it. I've looked, I didn't see any. But so I'm gluing now end to end my rope pieces, and if you have the patience to wait, like I don't, you can wait until it's fully glued, or you can glue it before you even start putting it together. I just wanted to do it as I went because, you know, I don't want to have that much rope to be wrapping around. And so as you can see, I keep going through the loop of the wreath, and I'm holding it with my other hand to keep it tight, because I do want this to be tight on my wreath. You don't necessarily have to do that, but it was just my personal preference that it be nice and tight. And as you can see by what looks like the pregnant belly on the wreath, Dollar Tree doesn't do a really good job of getting these bamboo wreaths perfectly circular or the right size or anything, so it does show more when I put the rope on there. But that's okay, because by the time I add on my items that I'm going to add to it, you won't even notice it. So now I'm going back again and gluing end to end 2 pieces of rope. And I'm holding it for just a second to try to get it done, and then I'm going to go ahead and wrap. And to save y'all, I finished wrapping it because y'all don't need to see all that, and all I did was glue it at the end. So now I'm trying to decide where I want my stars, and I did have my 3 stars, 2 darker and the 1 lighter that I painted, and these are from my carrots that I got from the Dollar Tree and that I glued together. So this is my second project to do with these carrots, is I am actually putting them on the wreath. Now, like I said, you could take some jute, you could do a lot of different things. You could hang these stars however you wanted to do by just tying some jute around them, hang them from the ceiling, do whatever you want. There are a lot of different options you can do. I chose to group my stars together and glue them to my rope wreath. So I just thought it kind of looked pretty, and it kind of looks like a little porthole. So now I'm trying to determine what else do I want to add to this. My girlfriend had me redo one of her wreaths, and she had a whole bucket of stuff that I didn't end up using in that wreath, so I thought I would add some of the things to this wreath. And it's just natural items. These are just some seed pods. You may have seed pods laying around that you can either paint beige, or maybe they are a light or dark color. It doesn't matter. You might have some seashells laying around. And just add the little pieces until you feel happy with the way it looks. And this is all about you feeling happy with it, and you being the artist and the imagination behind this wreath. So I found a couple of little white pieces of driftwood, and like I said, the seed pods, and I didn't end up using any of the wrapped grapevine because I didn't really need it. So I'm going to add my little white pieces of driftwood. And just tuck them in. I mean, the idea behind this is to make it look like a balanced design. And you might have items from a trip that you went on that you might want to add as well. This is just a super simple, easy to do wreath that you can do and have on your door in about 10 minutes. Well, actually 15 if you count the way I'm videoing. So now I'm just placing these where I don't have a specific rhyme or reason. I'm just trying to do what is the best looking design for it. And I'm just gluing them on. And later on down the road, if I decide to change my mind, I can always pull them off. The glue it's sturdy, but it's not so sturdy that you can't take it off if you need to. So the next thing that I'm going to do with this is I want to make something to hang it with. And so you can hang it on your door. This might be a good thing for the interior or the exterior. I'm also going to add a few shells, just to add a few little white shells to it that I happened to collect when I was in Florida. And I do live on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, but we don't have those types of shells, and you really just don't ever see them. We have mostly oyster shells, and they're big and they're bulky and they're heavy, and they're good for a lot of things. You can make magnolias out of them. You can do all kinds of stuff. They're just too heavy for this wreath. So you can see I've kind of just made a little compilation. I added some small tiny little shells to the middle of my starfish just to make them pretty. So the next thing I'm going to do is take my I have some burlap wired edge ribbon, and I'm just gluing that to my wreath, and that is going to be my hanger for my wreath. And I did put in a little tie the opposite direction also into the ribbon, a little tie of jute so that it would hang properly. I didn't really want to do a bow. I could have, but I just really wasn't into a bow on this because it was all just so nautical, and I really didn't want to do that. Make it frou-frou. So now I'm just making sure that my glue is pressed down, trying not to burn my fingers, and you can see how it came out. And this is the end product. I hope you enjoyed this quick and easy two sea crafts, one making the starfish and then one making the wreath, and have a great day. Hi. Did you click that subscribe button and the notification bell? Well, if you don't hit that notification bell, you will miss out on our Thursday videos. So please go ahead, click it, and you'll be able to watch our videos that are coming up.